Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. So I've been splashing out again on paints. I really need to stop, but I wanted to support a channel that has basically been working with Vallejo in order to bring out, I think there's 3 ranges. I think there's a basic set, a fantasy set and a sci-fi set. The channel is Squidmar Miniatures. And Emil is the guy who runs Squidmar YouTube channel, and his friend Lucas joined him at a later date. Both of them are fantastic painters. I was going to suggest that one of them was better than the other, but just in case they do ever view this video, I'd rather not say who in public. They give really great tips on how to get effects. They do some really good tutorials on the YouTube channel. You don't have to be a Patreon to see some of those. I pretty much like every video that they do. There are some that are, like everybody, there's some that are a bit off, but most of them I do like. So when they said that they were going to do this, release these paints, I thought I would take the plunge. Of course, the paint's being Vallejo, fingers crossed, although they're the new type of Vallejo paint. I'm hoping that they will just be taking paint out of the pot, add some water and away I go. No issues with what ratio of water to add, or unlike the army paint and new army painter stuff that I've got, I am struggling to use that because it just doesn't seem to give me the right consistency on the brush to paint with. But so I may push those to one side and just focus on AK and Vallejo. Anyway, I thought I'd show you the 3 sets that I got. It was £90 for these, for all 3 sets, 36 paints altogether. So it's not, not too bad a price. It isn't as if they've bumped up the price because it's some kind of special thing with Vallejo. So we'll have a look at the paints together. So here's the first paint set. As you can see, this is the essential paint set. Unfortunately, my boxes got bashed. I think this was pre-packaging. I don't think UPS did this, which is a bit disappointing because, apart from that, it might have been nice to have kept the, certainly the front of the boxes as like a little souvenir of getting these sets. One thing I forgot to mention is that all the sets have a miniature inside as well for you to paint, and they said that they're going to do tutorials on how to paint those miniatures, so I'm really looking forward to that. I hope they don't just throw those on their Patreon. Right, let me show you the back of the box. So that's the figure you get inside. He's quite a bit small. He's definitely smaller than that image there. I think it comes up to about there on him. So, but they've recently done a video. What I'll do is I'll put a link to that video where they sent out these 3 figures to people and asked them to paint them, and there was some really nice paint jobs on these figures. But anyways, you get a dwarf in this one, and these are the colours that you get: white, light flesh, skin tone, sunny skin tone, skin ink, dark flesh tone, burnt red, magenta ink, dark rust, is that deck tan? Japanese, what? Oh, Japanese uniform, World War II, and black. So basically the basic set is for your basic painting. It's the initial set to help you with your painting journey. It's basically the colours that you need in order to start doing skin tones and things like that. I'll show you the bottles so you can see the colours in the bottles. They are in dropper bottles, just like the Vallejo ones. Before I do that, I just thought I'd show you that they give you colour charts as well, which is cool. So I'm not quite sure. There's 2 colour charts. I'm not quite sure. One's model colour, as you can see, and liquid metal, and the other one is game colour and express colour. So that'll be useful. Looking at the paints and seeing which ones you need, possibly even if you need to order them from online or something. So here's the paint in the initial set. There's some really deep colours in these, and as I say, what they're suggesting is if you're starting out painting figures, they suggest that these are the colours that you need in order to start that process. So I am looking forward to seeing how they mix and match these colours in order to highlight or shade, say flesh tone for instance. Obviously their painting skills are way and above mine. You know, I'm okay painting figures. I'm not brilliant. One day when I grow up, I hope to be able to paint like these guys do. So that's the first set. So the next set that they have brought out is the fantasy paint set. Again, 12 colours in this, and this I think revolves a lot around green skin tones and things, but not necessarily just for that type of skin tone. As we saw in that last set, it'll be interesting to see what paints are used from other ranges. So for instance, World War II, we had a Japanese uniform World War II colour in there, which was really odd. But at the same time, it's like they didn't just call that colour something just for these sets. This is the colour that if you need to replace it, you need to go to Japanese uniform World War II, which is great. You know, straight away it doesn't give you any issues with replacing the paints once you've used them. So we'll have a look at the back of the box on this. Okay, so in this box you get what looks like an orc priestess or something. And as I say, they sent these figures off to some people to paint, and some of the ones that came back were just fantastic. They really were good. So in this set we get ivory, moon yellow, hot orange, scarlet blood, gory red, yellow green, lime green, Scorpio green or Scorpio green, caveman green, and dark green, glorious gold, and tinny tin. So that's those. Let's have a look at the actual bottles. So there we go, some very bright colours in this one, and we've got the figure in the middle there. The figures are plastic, they're not resin, which is very cool. I much prefer plastic figures. I don't think the construction's too difficult on these either. So this is a set that they're suggesting would be your base set in order to do fantasy type skin tones and colours and whatever. So that'll be useful for my Warhammer stuff, the old world that I hope to paint up soon. So the next one is the Dark Future set, another 12 paints, another figure in this one. So this is more towards your sci-fi figures that they're suggesting. Unfortunately, as you can see, well, you may not be able to see, the top right corner of the box has been mangled, which is not good, but you know, at the end of the day, the actual product is undamaged. So let's have a look at the back of the box. So there we go, and we've got this Dark Future. It looks like an elf, but she looks like she's carrying a spear, so it could be just as easily fantasy, but I think it's like a pulse spear or something. In this one we get ice yellow, sun yellow, evil red, magenta, violet red, dark sea blue, blue green, turquoise, snake green, parasite brown, silver, and dark gunmetal. So again, I'm hoping that all these colours, if you went to a rack of Vallejo paints under the new game colour, you would just be able to find these on the rack. You know, they haven't specifically been named for these sets, as we saw with the World War II Japanese uniform name. So excellent stuff. Let's have a look at the bottles. Again, some bright, vibrant colours in this. I really like those turquoises and the pinks and that like dark pink, whatever that may be called. I can't quite remember. And the lovely bright sunset yellow, is it? This figure, two people painted this for Emil and Lucas, and the paint job on them was just out of this world. It's fantastic. Now I don't know whether, I can't recall from the video whether the painters had to use this set of paints in order to produce that. I'll have to look at it again, which I haven't got an issue with at all, because the paint jobs, as I say, on the figures was just brilliant. So there you go, guys. As I say, splashed out again, but focusing on trying to use Vallejo and AK now. You know, I may even pass the wall painter paints on to somebody else. I don't think they're really my bag, although I do like the dark skin tone wash, but I think we've got one now within this range, so I may be able to pass them all on. Anyway, guys, it's Friday, it's coming up to 3 o'clock. My wife has gone away to a concert with my daughter in Manchester, so I am home alone. So I'm hoping that I get a lot of progress done on my builds, and that I don't drink too much beer tonight. Look after yourselves, and I'll catch up with you soon.